I'm your host today, Kelby Cedarquist, and I'm doing a solo event right now. I'm pretty sure this is live. I'm not too sure, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go right over to Della, Maddalena against a Carlos Nightmare Prates fight. This is a super high stakes 170-pound showdown between the former UFC welterweight champion against a beautiful knockout artist in Carlos Prates. Both of those guys have only had like one loss recently. Calls protest against Ian Gary and Jack against current welterweight champion of the world right now. This is going to be one of those really fun barn burner fights. You better stay away from the betting on this one. This is a tied, even bet. Both coming in at negative 115, and I think the other one's coming in at negative 105. So stay away from this fight. I have no idea who I'm going to pick. This is really one of those true, the tail of the tape kind of fights, man. Jack is a clinical style striker who thrives on overwhelming pressure, consistent volume, and precision boxing. He frequently employs like body to head combinations, keeps it up, keeps it down, real fun kind of style. I don't want to say boxerist, but it's very boxing kind of style. He loves to wear down his opponents, which leads to a lot of like late fight finishes. Um, Returning from a title fight from Islam Makhachev, that's still one of those weird things, man. It's hard to lose your title and come back and try to get it again, but UFC's got a fun fight to give him going up against Carlos Prates. He fights out of Fighting Nerds, one of my favorite fighting camps. If you guys ever wanted to look up some really cool savage people over there at Fighting Nerds, they very good. They really specialize in like a very Muay Thai kind of style with great precision striking. Prates has finished his last five of his last six UFC wins have came by knockout, including recent stoppages against former champions Leon Edwards and Jeff Neal. Leon Edwards and Jeff Neal, getting those two finishes, I mean, you're showing how great of a fighter you are. You guys really got to keep a lookout on Carlos Prates, man. He uses his long reach, kind of very sniperish. Boom. Very fun. JDM, very high volume based fighter. I was looking up the stats on see. Yeah, 4.43 land strikes per minute. That's great. That's some. You're keeping it consistent. And you're keeping it in, keeping it out. Whereas Prates relies more on high impact accuracy, so he doesn't have quite as a high enough strike percentage as JDM. But we'll see how this works out in this fight. This is going to be a real fun one. Path to victory for JDM. I don't know. I'm really thinking maybe like a fifth round finish, aiming to like drag Carlos Prates into his deep waters like he's done with his previous fights. His goal is most likely to use like his superior cardio, press Prates against the fence, keep him up, use some dirty old style boxing like he's really known for. And he really needs to limit Carlos Prates' range and power shots. Carlos Prates' path to victory for me. Let me think. Yeah, what is he? 32? Yeah, he's 32 years old frame to keep. Yeah, he needs to really keep JDM at distance, like I was saying. Because JDM is going to try to keep him in. He needs to keep JDM at his distance and use his precision striking to his advantage. If JDM rushes in, Prates' ability to find the knockouts is what's going to give him that really clean shot to get that great finish, which is kind of shown in more of his recent fights. It's always fun when it's a 5-round fight with these two fighters because they're definitely going to have to make sure they keep their energies up, keep their energies high. Prates has had a very tough, a lot of speed bumps throughout his career, especially in that Ian Gary fight where we watched him get that 5-round loss. But Ian Gary, man, that's a great fighter to lose to. There's no disrespect in that fight whatsoever. JDM's definitely more comfortable in the 5-round high-paced fights, which will likely give him more of an edge later in the fight, later in the rounds. Both men, they both love to switch stances in their striking division. They want to keep it moving, going to southpaw a lot. I love watching people go into southpaw. just I don't know. It's gonna be really one of those really fun fights. Shout out to the Southpaw people, man. You guys are some savages. It's always awkward. It's gonna be interesting to see when they both go into Southpaw at the same time and see how that affects each other's game because they're both not used to their other opponents they've versed recently going to the Southpaw stance. There's gonna be a lot. This is gonna be one of those big bangs, a lot of big punches, a lot of great straight jabs. It's a true Fourth of July fight, people. Really true Fourth of July fight, people. Some big fireworks, some big booms. I don't know. JDM, what was the other stat? Let me pull it up. Pull it up real quick. Yeah, JDM has a 63% strike defense and has only been knocked out once in his whole entire career. When you see that type of stats, when you see those type of high numbers, that shows very good durability, which is he's going to need to have that durability to survive against Prates early in the fights. Let me think. Let's get into the DraftKings. Prates did open up as a slight favorite, which shifted towards a more of a pick 'em dead even fight, like I talked about in the beginning. I don't know if I would put Carlos Prates as a slight favorite. If I really had to pick, I'm really leaning towards Jack in this fight. Sorry to anybody else that thinks Carlos Prates, but I think JTM is more of a safer pick. I wouldn't put a lot of money on this fight. It's just not one of those type of fights. Yeah, I'm going Jack, Della, Maddalena in this fight. And that's my podcast. Peace.